The story of Christ is actually on hieroglyphs in the Temple of Luxor that was carved there 3,500 years before Christ ever supposedly existed. And every key component of Christ's life is there. That's why in the 1800s the Egyptologists said religion is over, and no one knew what they meant. What they meant was that they'd been reading the hieroglyphs. When they finally cracked the code of the hieroglyphs, the entire story of the Son of God, which is Horus. Horus in the Egyptian religion was the Son of God, the Son of God. They worshipped the Son of God, and every key aspect, Immaculate Conception, there in hieroglyphs in the temple. The child prodigy at 12, there on the temple, written. The baptism, the going into the wilderness. The 3 days on the cross purely is a representation of what happens to the sun at the winter equinox. When it gets to the 23rd of December, the sun is physically observed not to move for 3 days. It comes up on the horizon in the same spot for 3 days. They say that the sun has died on the cross because the constellation that's directly above the sun, where it's coming up for 3 days, is the Southern Cross constellation, because the globe has marched south. So the story of the death of Christ is the story of the death of the sun for 3 days. On the third day it rises again and starts marching again towards the north and towards life. That's what it's all about. It has nothing to do. And, you know, just use your logic. How many people you know get put in a bloody cave, are dead for 3 days and then come out? It's a ridiculous idea. But it makes sense when you look at it as purely an astrological observation. And that's all it is. The sun dies for 3 days, he's born again and marches towards heat and warmth and light to be born again.